Goat Island in the Hauraki Gulf, and the reefs are alive with fish, like nowhere else around mainland New Zealand. Tens of thousands of fish schooled just meters from the shore, only 90 kilometers north of Auckland. This is such a special piece of our big blue backyard that in 1975, Goat Island became New Zealand's first marine reserve. Snapper, crayfish and many other species may be fully protected from us while they remain in the reserve. But life here is full of jeopardy. Human laws don't prevent ocean-going marauders like dolphins calling in for a feed. The aerial assaults of shags and kingfishers, or the vanguard of predators that lie in wait beyond the boundaries of the reserve. Even those which never leave the safety of the reef as adults face a massive hurdle at the beginning of their lives. Scattered as tiny eggs on the ocean currents, they must somehow find their way back, guided by the unique sounds of their birthplace. The Goat Island Marine Reserve consists of 5 kilometers of coastline. From the mudstone platforms of Okakari Point to the rocky cliffs of Cape Rodney and extends 800 meters out to sea. In the middle of the reserve lies Goat Island itself, named for goats released as food for shipwrecked sailors around the turn of last century. On the seaward side, spectacular caves are carved out by the waves. Below the surface, they provide shelter for numerous fish. The rocky platforms extend 300 meters out to sea in a series of stepped reefs towards the sandy bottom. Before the reserve was established, this coastline was mostly barren rock, decimated by overfishing in the 1950s and 60s. Today, the only word for it is lush. Dense kelp forests now cover much of the reserve. In turn, huge schools of silver drummer have returned to feed on the kelp, along with other algae eaters like this parori. Grey and blue mau-mau have also returned in massive numbers. But snapper are probably Goat Island's most famous residents. Outside the reserve, snapper are shy, retiring fish, rarely seen by divers. Inside the reserve, they are everywhere. They're huge, and they appear to feel safe. Some grow so big and distinctive, they have names. This is the legendary monkey face. Only the oldest fish turn dark grey and develop this domed forehead. No one knows if monkey face is male or female, or how old he or she is. Left alone, snapper can outlive most humans. This magnificent fish was probably able to outsmart the spearfishers of the 1960s and was already living here when Goat Island became a marine reserve nearly 40 years ago.